Hello,
All right, we're live.
folks.
Hey.
Hello,
how's it going?
folks. I am currently commenting on Facebook, so I was unprepared for this. And we're live.
You're live.
Well, what's up, everybody? We're gonna talk about Ninja and Samurai this week. Episode 92. You with us, everybody? Are we live? We're good?
You talking to us or the people listening?
I mean,
Answer's
I'm just
yes.
looking
We're all
for
here.
anybody to answer.
The gang's all here, you know?
Gang's
Yeah.
all here.
I just posted
Matt.
the link to Facebook. Mm-hmm.
Let's just go ahead and start this episode off with, have you ever broken a chair?
All right, why'd you ask that to me? Yeah. So, yes.
No. So,
All right. So, yeah. In fact, I'm a little worried about this chair I'm in now, but it'll be all right. No, one night, this is years ago, probably, it's more recent than I would like for it to be, but it's probably a good 10 to 15 years ago. God, maybe longer. Anyway, we were at the school late one night. I used to live right by the school in my hometown, and we'd go up there. There's nothing to do in my small hometown, so sometimes we get on the roof, sometimes we do other stuff. But anyway, walking around one night at the school, and there's this little wooden park bench, you see everywhere, like the cast iron metal sides and the slats. And so me and my friend are like, hey, let's just, chill here for a little bit. So we both go to sit down, and he realizes it's rickety as he's sitting down, and he's more spry than I am. And he bolts back up, and I don't have that luxury. And him bolting up caused enough wobble in it to where the whole thing collapsed under me, and I just fall on the ground. Of course, I think it's hilarious. I'm dying laughing. Didn't find out till later that was like a memorial bench to some teacher that had died she had like a embolism, or I don't know what you call it. Yeah. I don't know the medical term for it. She had like a blood clot that went up to her heart or something. Yeah. So, but I mean, it would have fallen under a 10-year-old's. It would have fallen under a 10-year-old's weight. It just happened to fall under mine. No, but it was equally as embarrassing. I've probably broken chairs or whatever. Otherwise, oh my gosh, yeah. So my dad got remarried a couple Januaries ago, and he was dating this lady middle of 2020. So and I knew her. I went to high school with her son and stuff, but the first time my wife and kids met her, we went to her house, and she's having us over for dinner with my dad and everything. And it's this nice dinner, and I'm sitting in this chair, and it's got arms on it, and it's kind of a tight fit, for me. And I'm just like, I'm sitting in this chair as like, it's just a tense sit because I can't, I don't want to move or anything. Yeah. And I'm just trying to sit as lightly as I can. And I'm just sitting there. All of a sudden, it's kind of like a dead moment. No conversation is happening. And everybody just hears, and all of a sudden, I'm just on the floor. This thing, and it's like an antique, it's this antique wooden chair that's rickety. And it just breaks. And she was like, I thought about getting a different chair in here, but I wasn't sure. I'm like, yeah, you should have gotten like 8 different chairs. Because, we've talked about it. Yeah. But I felt terrible.
Needs to be prepared for your butt.
Yeah,
what would be
all those chairs were like bad.
What would be your Jason Bourne intuition when you walk in a room? You know how they said?
Oh yeah, I got that reference so quick.
Because you can relate, right?
Oh yeah. But I mean, I'm not only, and it depends. You go to mostly it's like at somebody's barbecue or something, and they have those little plastic lawn chairs. I just got to where I take my own like heavy duty folding camping chair, I just carry my own with me in the car.
Jen,
I know someone who does that.
what about you? What's the first thing you notice when you walk into a room?
It's
Like,
probably,
do you look for something specific?
It's probably people related. Like I'm scoping out the types of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Mhm.
you're cool, dumb. No, I'm just kidding. It actually, in all reality, is probably who is gonna laugh at my jokes. So, like, when you meet a group of people for the first time and you might throw out some jokes, whoever is laughing, whoever's like taking the bait, that's who I'm gravitating towards. I think I have a pretty good feel for that. That's my intuition. What about you, Chad?
That's good.
I mean, mine's gonna be probably. I don't think dark's the right word, but like I gotta know where the exits are just in case something crazy happens.
Yeah.
So I got a wife and child soon to be child to worry about. So especially like getting back from New York this weekend.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, all right, I never been here before. I mean, I've been once before, but like never been to these spots before. Like something crazy happens, where are we going?
Yeah.
So
I think it's good. Just having situational awareness and stuff. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, how was your big New York trip?
It was good. I'll keep it related to the podcast. Went to my first comedy show.
Woohoo!
So,
how was that?
And against Matt's recommendations, it was actually a really, really good time.
That's great. I'm glad you had a better experience than I did.
Relatively clean comics. All of them were pretty, like, not very many cuss words. I was very surprised.
Wow. They must have read my review on Yelp.
I know I did. I know I read your review on Yelp.
Did you?
Yeah. But
I ripped him one saying.
I will say, I never heard of this guy before, but I think I'm going to end up being a fan. Guy by the name of Jared Waters.
Yeah.
And he was really good. Guy out of Tampa, Florida. I luckily had a Buccaneers shirt on, so we talked after for a little bit.
Perfect.
But he was very, very funny. And what's funny is that there was 10 comics total for a 2-hour show.
Yeah.
And him and another guy were just, I mean, lights out. They told stories really well. They were funny the whole time. The other 8 just had dumb jokes, but like these two get like 2 of the 10. I was like,
Matt. Man, they were more like
5
Matt.
stars. Yeah, they're much more like Matt. Not like Jen and I,
Yeah.
But
no, I get it.
But no, it was a lot of fun. So just get me ready for Zanies here in a few weeks.
Yeah.
It's gonna be zany. So you guys,
all right, Jen's now in that category too.
You ever pee on the side of the road, guys?
Yeah, I did it twice on Saturday.
No, you did not. Really?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I drove out to West Texas this weekend, like middle of nowhere, West Texas, past where Chad lives. And it's like you're 200 miles between towns and stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy out there.
They make bathrooms. So
yeah.
You can probably wait till that. I mean, I'm not a peer. And
sometimes the town doesn't have a bathroom you'd want to go into.
Oh, I did.
Like by the looks of the gas station on the outside, you don't want to even go inside that building, much less the bathroom.
Had that experience.
That's fair. That's fair.
Driving back
in Mississippi
here to Mississippi. Yeah. It actually was in Alabama. There is a stretch like that between the two where you have to wait a long time. Stop at some backwoods gas station where the bathroom was on the outside, and you had to walk around. I was waiting.
The key was like attached to a cinder block,
something like that. Yeah, I was waiting for a snake to crawl out from under the water heater, and there was no choice. That was what I had to. That was it.
Was it like the train spotting bathroom?
I don't even know what that means.
Well, maybe some of our listeners do. We'll see.
I have I did think it was really funny though that Nate was like so against peeing outdoor, like vehemently against it. I wondered like what happened to him in his childhood.
No, he's just against peeing where people can see you.
Except he peed in front of a family on a golf course. That was funny.
Yeah.
I have a friend who, man, she's just looking for a reason to pee outdoors. Like, we went on a hike here in Georgia, and it was like a 7-mile hike. It wasn't even that long.
Mm-hmm.
And she, squats, and it just, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Maybe some people can weigh in on their peeing outside.
You got to take care when nature calls, as they say, You got to do it when you do it.
Well, I can say traveling with a pregnant lady for the past several days, I've been praying for patience, and the Lord gave me a lot of opportunities to be patient. So, because we had to stop at every bathroom.
Yeah. Just in case.
God bless my wife.
Very funny that you said I was traveling with a pregnant lady. Like, it made it sound like a stranger.
Yeah.
This pregnant lady I was just
some
traveling
other
with.
lady just picked her
I
up.
was like, hey, you want to hang out? Yeah.
She was hitching.
I love pregnant people. Come on. Hop in.
So, all right.
Chad, I just to let you know, it's not going to get better. After the baby, it might get worse.
Good.
So.
Good.
I already
we'll
have
see.
a hard
We'll see what
time
happens.
peeing
Anyway.
now. Can you imagine?
Yeah, so did my wife. Anyway.
It's like, when you gotta go, you gotta go. But not outside. And those are the rules. Okay?
You could go outside.
Unless I had to.
That's
I would
fair.
do it. Really. I don't really care. All right. Funniest comments from this past episode.
Comments.
I thought it was so funny when that guy commented and said, why is Nate always trying to be the smart guy on the podcast? I you this person. Does he really think that? And then I love Nate's response. What I sound comes out smart.
Yeah. That was good.
That was good.
He said, I'm not traditional smart. What kind of smart do you think you guys are?
I'm definitely not book smart. I wouldn't say. I'm trivia smart. Like, I enjoy playing trivia, but I don't know how I know things. There's just some stuff. It's like, oh yeah, it's this. And I'm not saying I'm good at trivia. I just enjoy it. But there are some things where I'm like, yeah, it's this, but I have no idea how I know that. And then there's other stuff like, oh yeah, I know exactly where and when and how I learned that. And a lot of times it's like from The Office or something,
See, I struggle with that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, there are people that can quote back every Office episode they've ever seen, or Seinfeld, or things like that. And to Jody W's point, Matt's kind of smart as a smart aleck. So there you go, Matt. Jody,
there you have it.
Taking shots this evening.
Yeah.
But I've always been one of those, like, I study well for a test, and I'll do really well on the test. And then unless I keep studying it, I'm not going to retain any of it.
Yeah.
So study well to pass a test, and then it's about it. So
I don't know what kind of smart I am, because I don't know what the kinds of smart are. I don't know what I don't know what traditional smart even means.
You got street smart, you got book smart, and you got smart aleck, according to Jody.
According to Jody.
Well, there's that.
So you got three options.
Those are the kinds of smart. Like, there's.
We do right here on Folkland.
Yeah, I think it was Aristotle that said that.
I think of myself more as a Renaissance woman. Like,
really,
I can do a lot of stuff.
You could make your own butter.
I could, yeah.
Can you sew on a button?
Could.
Hem some pants?
Oh yeah, buttons are easy.
Really? Can you play musical instruments?
I can play.
You write
the
poetry?
Guitar, the violin, the drums, the piano, saxophone.
Okay. Can you cure meats?
Just put a bunch of salt on it.
Have you ever cured any meats? I think you are. You got me convinced.
Boredom. I cure all kinds of things. So.
You cure what?
Boredom.
Oh, I thought you named
like,
some kind of meat.
I thought you said boar meat, and I was like,
I was
where do you see boar
from
out
a
near
wild
Atlanta?
pig?
Yeah.
I do that.
My gosh. No, there were some
prosciutto.
gym comments from this episode.
Oh yeah.
I think I was going to say, in all seriousness, about types of smarts, what you're saying, Chad, about studying for a test. Like I have the kind of smart where I can do the least amount possible to make the highest grade.
Yeah.
And then I just like, that's me.
It's called procrastination.
Yeah, that's the kind of smart I am.
I like it.
So, comments. We got some comments. We're going to read some comments. Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's read some comments.
Wait, I want to know, before we read any comments, did you ever flush your cereal down the toilet?
We talked about this last week.
No, we didn't.
Did we?
Yes, we did.
I think we did.
Where'd you get that stick from?
Did we?
Sorry, it's the dog.
Are you talking to the dog?
Is she talking to the dog or Chad?
The dog.
I don't have a stick.
Just walked in the
And
house.
why are you so upset about Chad having this random stick?
He didn't even go outside.
Anywho, yeah, we talked about this last week.
Did we talk about it? I didn't. Never.
Yeah, because I had that friend whose parents got so
yeah.
annoyed with them asking them for cereal.
Oh, yeah.
They literally bought a box and flushed it down the toilet in front of them.
See, this is what gets confusing about our job on this podcast. Because then they talk about it this week.
Yeah,
very loosely.
You don't get paid for this? Brian.
This episode brought to you by
Taco Bell.
All right,
Taco Bell.
Should we just... I got to address it because Derek Cochran... I said it right. Derek Cochran asked wheels or doors, where do y'all stand?
Why you got to ask us this question to start off with?
Wait, whoa, I missed the question.
It's wheels or doors. Where do y'all stand?
Oh.
Look,
come on,
y'all,
Derek.
Did you ever see anyone talk about this before this episode? I didn't.
No.
Honestly, no. But I asked my wife, and she goes, "Oh," she's like, "Well, why you got to bring this up?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Oh, this has been all over social media." I was like, "We're in different realms on social media then, because I have not seen this."
He follows when you have to pee quickly. And pregnant people stuff.
Yeah.
And that must be who's talking
She
about.
does follow a lot of pregnant. Yeah, she's been watching a lot of anyway. I don't know. It's hard because getting back from New York City, I would have to say doors.
Yeah.
Just thinking through it. But man,
I'm just gonna tell you, do cabinets count as doors?
100% they count.
If we're counting wheels on Lego cars, we're counting cabinet doors.
Yeah.
There's 700
100%.
cabinets in this kitchen I'm sitting in right now. 700.
Yeah, exactly.
There's cabinets you don't even know about. They're hidden under the thing.
And how many wheels does that kitchen have?
0.
Are you sure? There's not wheels on the bottom of the refrigerator?
Technically, every drawer has wheels.
Look. See, this is what Nate meant.
Well,
when
not
he was
every drawer, but yeah.
Chase down wheels.
If you have a drawer slide, are we calling those wheels or are we calling those bearings or rollers?
Derek, you can't post a gold question and me respond to it and then you delete your message. It's fine.
Come
anyway,
on, Derek.
It's getting controversial. You got to take screenshots. No,
I am team door. I am team door for sure. Dryer door, come on.
Biggest waste of time.
Oven door, dishwasher door.
Exactly.
Fridge door, freezer door.
Garage fridge and freezer door.
Garage door. Your garage door is a door. Your mailbox is a door.
And I have a closet in my garage. It's another door.
All right. I'm over it.
Every car has at least... Hang on. To this point, last thing I'll say about it. Every car has at least 3 doors.
Yeah. Not including the door to open the little sunglasses holder, the door for your...
That's not a door.
your glove compartment door.
Well, there's
That's
a
a
door
door,
on
yeah.
your,
Your
on
gas.
your visor. There's a door on your visor.
I don't think
Close
the
it.
gas thing is a door.
Here.
Oh yeah, it's a door.
You think so?
You're
The-
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a
To get the
door,
gas?
man. Can you see
It's a door.
Nicolas Cage, like doing a movie? He's like, it's all doors, doors.
Derek, it's
Yeah,
5
no.
wheels if you include the spare. You got to have 5 wheels.
Yeah. That would be
So is
the
a
kind
door-
of movie Nicolas Cage would choose to do.
That's my question, though. So,
He
like,
always
you know,
goes for terrible
wheels.
roles. Like Ghost Rider.
Derek, that's a good point. Okay, so if we're getting this specific with wheels,
How are you going to say he made a good point and not say the point he made? I'm not seeing these comments.
Oh, that's true. Plus all wheels. He said plus all the wheels on the engine. You got flywheels, and then Jody brings up a good point. Conveyor belt wheels blow doors out of the water.
But
So that's the
I
question.
wouldn't consider that a wheel. Go ahead. Yeah.
Here's
How
my
many
thing.
conveyor belts do we have? And that's a problem.
Here's my thing.
That's like a real thing.
If we're gonna get this specific with wheels, though, then does anything with hinges become a door at that point?
yeah, I think it
this
does.
little headphone case.
That's a door.
Right?
That's a door right there.
I mean,
This-
if a conveyor belt has wheels on it, come on.
This is a door. This is the door. It's closing.
Yeah. It's
a
a
door.
door
Oh
to
my
your
gosh.
beverage.
Door.
You know what? Let's close the door on this conversation and move
This
on.
is a
Okay.
door.
Oh, yeah.
Door.
And we'll just
Door.
will on to the next thing.
Oh gosh. I'm never talking about this again.
Chad put a great button on it, and I just made it lame.
You killed it like a dad.
I totally killed it.
All right.
And I'm not even
Comments.
upset about it.
Jacob
Comments.
Nichols.
Jeez.
Let's
You don't want to read that other one?
Dusty on permanently. Let's see if we can get a poll going for who is staying, who is going. I think that we should do this in the Facebook group. Wait, did they already do that?
Yes, Matt.
Did they?
That's a great idea.
No. No, I like the guys, man. I like the guy. I like Dusty. He's great. I don't want him on there all the time because it takes away from when he's on there here and there.
Derek, that's rude.
You know?
Are there more wheels?
What did he
or-
say?
I'm reading it right now.
What did he say?
Are there more wheels or
Boom.
cups? I can't remember your name. He's talking about me. Devin.
Boom, roasted.
All right.
Anyway,
Tyler Gorham.
You could tell him your name. You could just say your name
yeah,
for him.
it's a just Jen.
Golly.
Tyler Gorham.
Good night.
Dusty.
I
who
think it's
spent
Gorham.
first. Is it really?
It doesn't matter what it is. I don't know.
You got to
Tyler
read it with a
Gorham.
comma there, too.
Dusty,
Gorham.
who spent the first 20 minutes tearing down museums. I'd like my bones in a museum. That's what I'm all about. I want to donate my bones to a museum. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
I will
think
say
maybe
that
no one else did
my
that.
wife and I went to the American Museum of Natural History there in New
Really?
York City. And man, it just doesn't have the same effect walking through there, knowing now that like none of those dinosaur bones or
Yeah.
most of the dinosaur bones aren't even real.
Yeah.
And more than that, I think because of Dusty, I'm a much bigger conspiracy theorist now than I've ever been. I'm walking through there and I'm like, you know what? Dinosaurs, they weren't even real. Like they weren't even
Yeah.
here. Okay.
Were you just like fake? Fake? Did you do that?
We walked through. I told my wife,
That's
I was
dumb.
like, it's like these things aren't even here. These are made up. See how they all kind of look the same? All their skeletons kind of look the same.
Yeah. And
Bunch of
had we
bush.
not dug them up, like they said, gas prices might not be what they're at.
Would they be higher?
We wouldn't know because we'd have the fuel from the fossils.
Empty the museums.
That's why they call it.
Hashtag empty the museums.
All right.
Let's start the movement now.
We've got an Eric T. Peterson review. Actually, we had two.
Let's do it.
We had two. You only got the last
Okay.
one.
Well,
Okay.
get the other one. You want me to pull it up real quick?
Yeah, you pull it up. All right.
Okay.
So
You can
the
read the second one first.
Yeah. That's how we do things here on
That's-
Folkland.
As Yeah.
He said,
Apparently.
my Folkland first rewatch post, episode number 4, The Search for Source Gorb. Firstly, I hear talk of Team Matt every week, exclusively from Matt. Sounds
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Accepting members for Team Eric, not Ricky Poo Peterson. It's Eric G. Peterson. 5'7" with the Timberlands. Hey, we're the same height there, buddy. Taco John's is vastly superior to the poison peddlers at Taco Bell. However, Jason Momoa, Iowa native, was spotted at a, how do you say this word? Des Moines?
Des
Is that how
Moines.
you say it?
Yeah,
Des
Des Moines,
Moines.
Iowa.
Local spot Tasty Tacos the day after presenting at the Oscars. Take that. That's a slap for everybody at home.
Whoa, that was a loud clap. God.
Well, I will say that, like, because of where I'm located, Taco Bueno is like the powerhouse in this area.
Taco Bueno is awful.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, continuing.
I got his other one. I got his first one in there now for you, Jen.
Yeah, I see. I've never heard of Taco John's.
I haven't either.
It's like Papa John's ethnic brother. I guess Papa
Jody
John is already ethnic, right?
Jody is from Des Moines, and you have offended her. We're gonna lose a listener because you can't say Des
She'll be
Moines.
all right. Pocket bacon? Question mark. The great muting of gin. This is the, so far, I am Spartacus moment. Well done. At 1 hour, 1 minute, and 21 seconds, Matt does a jokey voice. I think I misheard his mumbled blathering as a Source Gorb reference. Maybe I really wanted it to be that. Probably wasn't. I stand possibly corrected. Fair enough. Do you know what he's talking about, Matt?
I wouldn't watch this. I think I did the cough and then called you a jerk or an idiot or something. I can't remember. It was like jerk or something. I don't know.
I vaguely remember
it's bad
that.
when I saw his recap and I was like, I don't think we mentioned Soar one time.
No, that's
I said, look,
you know
I
what?
read it and I was like, am I watching a different, was I on a different podcast? Which is, now we're going to read it. Folkland podcast review number 4, Jen spills the beans. We are introduced to the mention of Folkland merch. No pics or examples on hand. ... We
Do you
hear
have the
about
mug?
Still done this week, I bet.
Do you have the mug? Jen.
Golly, good night. You've had a
That's
week.
It's the only reason we're
Had
able
a
to do this
week.
podcast because you're not at home. If you were at home,
Yeah,
the Wi-Fi wouldn't work.
Which, by the way, I mentioned to a friend of mine that you guys said I should record the podcast at their house, which a hilarious joke ensued from, because I was like saying like, oh, I'll just go, but they're not even going to be home on Monday when we're doing it. So they were like, you can just sit in your car and like connect to the Wi-Fi from the driveway and put like a green screen background up and like just
That'd be
forget
fun.
to change it to like a green screen so it's just green the whole time. You hear like people mowing lawns, and sprinklers going. Like, what's that, Jen? What's that? Huh? Nothing. What? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great story.
Anyway,
There you go. You're gonna
We
get you a
hear about-
minivan like
Oh, yeah.
Aaron to do all that in. Yeah,
Just-
it's
I
like
can
an
make a
FBI situation in the back of the van, just for the podcast.
what is
I didn't
going
know
on?
going to jail. Like, police pull
I'm
up.
picturing
Man,
Jen in the
please
back of
get
this
out of the
minivan
vehicle.
recording her podcast just because she needs to hop on a stranger's Wi-Fi.
Okay. We hear about Jen meeting Nate Bargatze.
It's like that.
and
Hang on. It's like that episode of come on, Parks and Rec when they're doing they're hiding out
Surveillance.
to watch the pit. Yeah, surveillance
Yeah.
to watch the pit, but then she ends up watching Anne going on the date with what's his face.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Yeah,
Remember?
Brian Danowitz.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Not a big Parks and Rec guy, I'll be honest.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
that's
we
pretty good.
interrupted.
Get past that first
Very-
season. It's great.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Oh, but did you? No, I'm just kidding.
Stuff.
Just kept trying to interrupt you.
We hear about Jen meeting Nate Bargatze and telling him Brian watched it. Captivating stuff. Okay. My take on Waster Baster. Firstly, I'm not familiar with any of the songs mentioned. Reverse. Secondly, you ended the episode with great weight debate, and no one tries great waitster debatester. That's good.
That's too far.
You guys
Oh,
should
much.
look into stand-up comedy. Humor can be fun. I shouldn't be commenting. Too busy cleaning my plate. Before a waffle eating contest, look up how Pavlov died. Did anybody do that?
No. I'll do it right now.
Okay. Also, Mraz pronounced Worcestershire correctly. Great work. Hey, more pickling
did.
talk, please. We all love it. Oh my gosh. I'm just now remembering.
We talked about pickling, and then this week we talk about curing meats. What is up with us wanting to preserve stuff?
It's really
just
like,
so y'all know.
you guys, it's like really hard to cover what they talk about, but it ends up just being another Nateland where it's like just random stupid stuff.
It's
that has
just
nothing to do
awful. Yeah.
with any of it. It's great. He says it's not wrestling. Yes, it's huge in Iowa. I too miss Bates while he enjoys paternity time. Whoever had
Time.
sniffles today was a comfort. I didn't get that. Whoever had the sniffles today was a comfort.
I don't know. It immediately makes me want to sniffle my nose, though.
I did
right now.
suggest
That's why
a middle name guess for Matt in my last review. Donor. Unbelievable. Is that your middle name?
That's a good one. It's
Donor?
not my middle name.
Can you just
That is
tell
not
us?
my middle name.
Can you just tell us?
No, we haven't even read the other comments to see if somebody else.
Yeah, we've got more stuff
suggested.
going on here, Jen.
Nobody did. Nobody even cared.
Well,
All right.
we need to give them some time. Maybe they need a poll.
There's a comment from
'Cause
Ronnie
Maybe those are
Duran.
polls.
My favorite part is when Nate is talking about something as he keeps turning towards the TV, hoping Aaron might pull something up. Meanwhile, Aaron also tries to describe said thing worse than what a quick internet image search would do infinitely better.
Yeah.
Never change. Thanks.
I will say that I
Thanks,
love that.
that's not nice.
I love that comment because there's so many times they're talking about something and I'm like, dude, you could Google that right now.
Yeah.
And like fill us in on
Exactly.
what you're talking about because I have no idea.
Yeah. Sometimes it's better just to hear them speculate and talk.
Yeah.
That's how it was before internet. Before we had internet at our fingertips anyway.
Right.
Everybody had a phone and whatnot. But
Didn't you?
Yeah.
Didn't
I
you
think-
talk about
I think it's
something
hilarious.
This week, and we were
we
like,
talked about what?
well, I was trying to tell you. Didn't we talk about something this week? And you were like, look it up, and I was like, nah, I'd rather just be completely ignorant and get on the
Just be
podcast and
ignorant
talk
on it.
about it.
Yeah.
It does
Yeah,
make it funny
that's
when
right.
when you admittedly know that you have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Speaking
I have
of
a
people
friend
who have
that's
no
like
idea, oh.
great at this. Yeah. Anyway, we went to Florida
There's
and
Matt.
back several years ago, and we're just driving along, and I say, "Hey, what do you think the whatever is?" And he just looks it up immediately, and so I'm like, "Dude, he's like the best person to travel with because he's just gonna find it out."
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all are
I have-
pointing
I have a
at, or
friend
why y'all
like
got
that.
so quiet.
I'm trying to get my point right when we were talking about someone who doesn't know what they're
What's that
talking
all
about, and I'm trying to point at the right person on the live stream towards
I don't know
you.
what the live stream is.
All right.
All right.
I was saying, speaking
That's
of
good.
people who have no idea what they're talking about, Philip Blank. Just kidding.
Oh,
My gosh.
Jen literally always just thinking "wee" at the beginning of each Folkland episode. He follows that up with a "rev me up like a douche" and Schwarstica. Good lord.
yeah. That's what it's called, a
Good.
Schwarzschild.
not.
Not.
You're adding a. All right.
Hey, Derek.
I'm sorry,
Derek.
I'm not that familiar with the word that I know the correct pronunciation. Like
Jen.
you folks, like you people.
Are you calling us
Jen,
Nazis?
Derek.
Golly. I mean,
Derek,
hey,
who wants you?
I don't know
Derek,
Jen. I don't know Jen Vice. You tell me.
Chad.
So Derek, who wanted you to know that you pronounce his name Dare Rick, by the way, asked a really good question, which is, have we ever said our favorite guest on Nateland, not Folkland?
My favorite
We've only had
guest-
one guest on Folkland, so
It's definitely not my favorite.
that would
Sarah-
be easy.
Yeah.
Whoa,
No.
golly.
Sarah's
Yeah.
my favorite and my least
Yeah,
favorite.
Introducing Charles, everybody. Second guest on
Yeah,
Folkland.
Charles, the golden retriever. Oh my gosh.
Good.
He just
night.
brings sticks to the conversation. There's nothing
Yeah.
worth discussing.
Yeah.
He was bringing it to the wheels and doors debate. He was like, wheels, doors? No, America. There's more sticks.
That, maybe.
Who's y'all's favorite guest? Who's y'all's
Man,
favorite
I'm
guest?
a huge Dusty fan. Like
Yeah.
I've just become more and more of a Dusty fan. Yeah, he just always brings such good just insight and just kind of like a refreshness. So to
Yeah.
our point earlier, having him on all the time probably wouldn't have the same effect. But I've thoroughly enjoyed having Dusty.
Oh yeah, love
I also
Dusty.
like Mike though. Mike's a great one too.
Yeah, I like Mike. I want to be like Mike.
He's okay.
I do. And Mick is great. But you know, with Dusty, I'm listening through them all again, you know. So the other day I heard the Alabama episode again, and I got a comment read on that. So there's a chance Dusty may know my name. We don't know yet.
All right, back to the comments.
But Gary Veeder, his episode was just fascinating to me.
Which
Talking
one was
about
it?
con artists and everything.
Yes.
The con
My
artist.
Dude,
With his dad,
That's my
all the stuff with
favorite.
his dad, just fascinating. And I met him at Nate's show in Dallas.
What?
Him and what's the dude's name? I forget the other guy's name. Dustin Chaffin.
oh yeah.
But yeah, so I got to talk with Gary for a while, and while we
Man,
were
his-
waiting to talk to
his-
Nate.
His stories about being like the Sports Illustrated kids
Oh, yeah.
like rep. Dude, that
So
was
good.
funny.
so funny.
Y'all,
Yeah,
I've
and
listened
he's
to
working
that
on.
multiple
Yeah.
times.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a
it's
good
so
one.
good. He said he's working on another podcast or something to tell all that more in depth. So he said that was like the first time he's really told it, and it helped him a lot, kind of work out some of those thoughts and stuff. That they could easily make a movie about that or a
That would be really funny.
TV, limited TV series or something. It
It'd
could
be good.
Yeah,
I gotta say though,
So
my
good.
favorite
I would watch every minute. of it.
guest of all time, hands down, is the intern Cole. Hands
Oh, really?
down. I
That was a
mean,
good one.
what personality, what charm, what wit, you know?
From a
Gotta
17-year-old.
Yeah.
People are waiting for him to turn 18.
Now, I always thought Cole was Felix's son,
Wow, Jen.
right?
Taking your shot on the Folkland podcast.
Here's some Nateland trivia. Good night. What about Caleb? Is maybe more age appropriate for you, Jen.
Who's Caleb?
And if you're ever embarrassed, you could just hide behind his hair.
I don't know who Caleb is.
Caleb with the fro.
Oh, I
That
forgot
like
about that. I
hid
forgot.
Aaron behind him.
I'm good.
That dude
All
I
was
did
funny.
hide him behind him. Hey, who
Okay.
was it? Who was it that wasn't on the episode where Cole filled in? Was it Aaron? Aaron wasn't there, right? Yeah, that's right.
Is that why?
Because it's
Yeah.
funny because like they'll say multiple times, they'll reference Cole being on an episode.
Yeah.
Whoops. And Aaron will be like, "Who are you talking about?" And they're like, "Cole, our intern." And Aaron's like, "Oh,
Oh.
yeah."
Yeah. So
Um,
I always thought Cole was Felix's son, his neighbor Felix, right? 'Cause that's who he's always talking about. But it's a different neighbor, apparently.
I
Because they
still
named him
think
the other
it's his
day.
nephew.
No, it's
Well,
not his nephew.
Nate's son
Maybe,
sells
Chase.
merch for
maybe
him,
it's the
so yeah.
secret son. All right, back to the comments, guys. Jesse
We're still on
Rockhacker
comments.
came in with a banger this episode. So many comments, some good ones. We're going to get a laugh. Oh, hey, Hunter Taylor's joining us. He said he's sorry for being late.
Hey, Team Matt.
Pastor things. Matt would understand. I mean,
You and me both,
Chad would
Hunter. You and me both.
All right.
Yeah.
Jesse says, Chad, what are your favorite kinds of meat when you were on the carnivore diet? And do you butcher any of your own animals? We obviously know you don't cure them. So.
That's a really good question. So, again, I think I mentioned this last week, but luckily my wife allowed us to do a lot of steak and shrimp. Shrimp was really easy to do. Honestly,
was your
though, like
favorite?
for lunch and stuff, I would do like a
pocket bacon.
pocket bacon. No, I did not do pocket bacon.
It's the best.
I learned that I really like salami. I didn't know that I liked salami
yeah.
before that, but I'm now a fan.
I can see that. You look like a guy that would be into some salami.
A new cured meat. What does that even mean?
Matt.
I mean, you know, you
This
just
is a clean
But
podcast.
there was a lot of times I would just come home.
don't mean
for
it
lunch.
dirty, Jen. You brought it dirty. Gosh.
I would just come home for lunch and just grab like a handful of like lunch meat and like I would just kind of like eat it like a carrot stick or something. Just I'd roll it up into like little like rolls. Anyway, yeah, carnivore diet was a
Apparently-
good
Roll it
time.
around a cheese stick or anything?
Sometimes cheese was kind of like you can do a little bit of it, but you try to avoid extra stuff like that.
Yeah, that's sad.
So-
That's a sad diet. Cheese
No,
is the
man,
best.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I might do it again here pretty soon. Probably after
cheese,
after
dude.
Nashville because we got to get some Waffle House in first.
Yeah. And
So-
Apparently,
some,
I'm having
Hattie
audio
B's.
issues, says Derek.
No,
So,
it was just on that one comment. Your audio's been fine. You're good. Don't sweat it.
how do you know?
somebody just hit a gong.
What?
I just heard like a dung in the background. Like somebody
it's
hit a
these-
gong.
It's these
Oh.
chords. Anyway, let's not get too off
All
topic
right.
here.
Jesse Rothhacker says every value meal at Taco Bell should be called the number 2. Hilarious.
LOL.
Yeah.
LOL.
Here. If I only listened to 45 minutes of this episode and then I get distracted and forgot to finish it, does that make me a waster baster? What are your thoughts, Chad?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Since Jen
I don't know.
admitted to dying many years ago, are you going to rename the podcast Ghostland? Ghostland? I don't know why that just made me laugh so much. Or as
That was
Matt
pretty
would
funny.
call it, Ghostland.
Ghostland. Yeah.
Ghosts.
I don't know because there's only one ghost here. If like me and Jen were both dead, then
Well,
it
Matt-
would be Ghosts Land.
Matt, ghost is both plural and singular. Like it's
Is
not
it?
ghosts.
I don't know about
It
that.
is not.
It's not ghost eye.
No.
It's like
Ghost.
ghosting.
Ghosts.
Yeah, if you have more
Is it
than one
ghost?
ghost, you're gonna have ghost.
No, man. According to who's the comedian
No.
that has that bit? The oh man, Brian Regan. Have y'all heard his
Yeah, but
bit on
ghost
that?
isn't on it.
It's
It's
ghosts
like-
and it's
All right.
No, it's
Plural.
you
We've
have
got,
ghosts.
we've got one more
of
from
ghosts.
Jesse. I think it's going to be more titillating than the ghosts debate. He says, "Why is Jen's
Okay.
skin
Hey,
always on the bottom?
I'll admit
Is the
I was
patriarchy
wrong.
keeping her down?" Well,
Yes.
thank you for
Jen,
admitting
you
you're
gotta
wrong.
like figure out when somebody's trying to interrupt and let them interrupt.
Hey, I will
Just
say,
keep
Jen, that
talking.
tonight yours
That's what
is
the
not on the bottom.
patriarchy would say.
Okay, you're on top.
Huh.
Good for you,
Bottom's
Jen.
gonna be on
I
top.
was waiting. I was letting him talk.
No, he was
Anyway.
the one trying to interrupt you earlier. Talking about ghosts.
Yes,
hard to do.
there is an S plural on ghost. That's my bad. That's not a word I use very often. So
Fortunately.
yeah, ghosting.
Ghosted. I think you're
Just
thinking
give
of
me a-
ghosted.
Thumbs up when I can talk
Yeah,
again. Just
well.
let me know. men.
I think you're good. Go ahead.
Wow. Did you go there?
It's difficult to do that on a live streaming thing. Sometimes one of you says something real quiet too, and I can't hear you. So I don't mean to do it on purpose.
Are you wearing headphones?
No, I'm not.
Oh. Well, it sounds good.
My ears were murdered when you gentlemen were a little too close.
Hey, speaking of things that you probably wouldn't hear, ninjas.
Yeah.
Oh, you wanna skip over our last comment? That is fine by me. Let's skip past it.
Yep.
Wait, is the last comment embarrassing to you?
Yeah.
Then I'd say we read it.
I knew you would. So, good old Brenna commented, Jen did have a solo podcast during quarantine. It didn't exactly fail. Also, why are you doing this at work? Don't you run an entire department? So I thought that someone would read that and try to find the podcast, but I'm happy to know no one cares that much. So,
yeah.
Good luck to anybody who does find it. Chris Rock and the Incident. I thought that's what we had next. Nate and the Grammys. You guys see it?
Oh, man. So good.
That was funny. That was so funny.
So good.
I liked
it was. I want to be able to see the entire thing where, him finishing out the whole thing. Because every clip I've seen is just, it ends with him starting to take the helmet off, and I want to see the rest of it.
Oh, there's not much more to it.
Well, but that's the part I want to see still.
I mean, yeah, I'm just
Doesn't
letting
he present an award and hand the award to somebody?
I don't know. I just heard it wasn't much more after that. But
you haven't even seen it? You're just saying there's not much more?
What people said.
You don't even know?
That's what people said.
Come on.
Okay, so
I haven't seen it either. I've just seen all the news clippings.
Speaking of the incident, it made me laugh when Justin Smith brought up TD Jake's security. We have had some very interesting things relevant to this episode. We had a guy bring a samurai sword to church, and he went and put it on the stage and started worshiping it, like bowing down, worshiping it. So that guy had to be removed, and that actually happened.
Yeah.
Security did not get him, but we had another guy. The umbrella.
Wait. Security did not get him?
Did not.
No, because he wasn't waving it around. He was just.
How did he get removed if security didn't get him?
After the fact, after he did it.
Oh, did they secure the samurai sword first before they got him?
Are you? I wasn't there. I don't know.
Well, you can't bring a story up like that and not have more details. We got to know.
It was Derek, by the way. It was Derek who was working with the samurai sword.
This is Derek.
Well, I want to know if Derek was the umbrella guy. So we had a guy come to our church offices, and he walked in and was like, I got to speak to somebody. I got to speak about like a message I have to give. And he started rapping in my friend's office. Like he was like rapping like Christian rap, but it was like, oh, that's not theologically accurate there, then we're like, okay, man, okay. And so he goes to church. Well, he gets up as service is ending and my friend's up there closing service with an umbrella. He walks up to the front, pops open the umbrella, and my friend who was the pastor just was like, all right, we'll pray for you. See you all next week, and just exited real quick. So security didn't catch this guy either. He made it up to the stage to start. He wanted to rap. So he made it up to the stage to start doing his rap. He was like, I have a message from God and everybody needs to hear it. And we were like, okay, man, sure you do. We also had a person try to throw blood on our pastor before. So we get some.
Whose blood?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. What are you guys,
Probably
women?
pigs.
With these questions?
Probably pig's blood.
Whose blood is it? Where'd it come from? Are they okay?
Yeah.
See, that's what women do.
Did
That was the
it
joke.
stain his clothes? What did he use to get the blood out of his blouse?
Oh, God.
Gosh. Anyway.
Do y'all
Moving
know
on.
what the FFA is?
Yes.
Of course.
Future Farmers of America.
Okay.
I only
Just checking.
heard about it.
I don't know.
Like, I never saw it. Like it was something in a movie or something, you know?
I don't know
Oh,
if there's
really?
a single kid in my youth group not in FFA.
Yeah.
Like they all show animals, and it's a big part of the community and the economy here. So
Yeah. I mean,
It's interesting. Wait, you guys need to answer the
So-
question. As pastors, do you worry about someone coming up to the stage and slapping you?
no.
no, but generally pastors aren't like, roasting people
Roasting their
or their
congregants.
wives. Usually pastors don't roast people in the congregation. So
Not
I'd
yet.
say the only
yeah, maybe that's a new denomination we can
Yeah.
start, Chad.
it's like that restaurant 30 what is it called?
Dick's Last
You know what-
Resort.
Yeah. I almost got it.
I've
Watch
never
your
been
mouth.
there. My
Uh,
word.
I've never been there either.
But
I don't
yes,
think I've
I've
enjoyed
never
it.
been there, but everyone that I feel like everyone I know has been there, but I've
Yeah,
never
I've
I've never
never-
gone.
I've never had a desire to go. It just sounds like the worst.
Right. Yeah, I feel like though I do worry every time we do this podcast that someone's gonna walk into my office and slap me, you know?
Yeah, well, just knowing what I know about you, that probably should be a concern for viewers.
Actually, like I was gonna say the only people I worry about are on this podcast, so I think I'm good.
No.
Well,
It's
guess what?
you,
We'll be
Matt.
in Nashville in 2 weeks.
Until Nashville. Wow,
Fine.
Chad is like all backhanding you, man. Jeez Louise.
Hey, folks, if anybody's listening, one ticket for sale to the Nateland Live podcast filming or
You
show in
have
Zany.
because you're not going?
No,
Because you're not going anymore?
Oh,
my life's being
Wow.
threatened.
no.
You guys know what a ninja
That's
is?
threat.
Yeah. All too well.
Used to be
Elaborate.
one actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Chad, you want to define
There was
something that they've already defined on the Nateland podcast?
No. There was a. I remember very distinctly a conversation with a kid in elementary school. Like we were in elementary school, not me talking to an elementary school kid. I want to clarify. But there was just a random hole in our one of the ceiling tiles were gone,
Yeah.
and he goes, "Did you see that?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "There was a ninja in that hole," and I was like, "What?" And we convinced everyone in the class that there was ninjas just in the ceiling
The
tiles
ceiling.
whenever there was one missing, there was a ninja that hiding up there.
Oh, goodness.
So
It seems like
Anyway.
that's what ninjas would do though. Now that I know they steal pillows in the middle of the night, which by the way, I've watched this episode 4 or 5 times at this point. I have the biggest
good.
prick in my neck. And I was like, ninjas? Was it you?
Yeah. It probably was a ninja. I think the ninjas in Chad's school are just waiting to sneak down and sharpen all the pencils. Whoa.
that's the thing is it's
What are they gonna do?
these are the most convenient ninjas, ninja moving, that concept of
Yes.
you go to sleep on your old couch, you wake up on your new one, and you're like,
How did I get what?
just a card in your hand that says ninja movers. You're like,
There should be a ninja cleaning company that comes,
oh,
picks up all your husband's laundry he leaves on the floor so that you can save your marriage, you know?
well, for the record, none of us have husbands. All 3 of
Yeah.
us do not have
Well, I
husbands.
wasn't
That's true.
directly speaking to you.
Thanks, Jen.
You're welcome.
So I will
don't
say
know
this:
that-
go ahead.
Thank you. How very kind of the patriarchy to allow me to speak. I think when Nate said, "I'm not sure we even know what a ninja is," that was like one of the most underrated lines of the episode.
Say it again.
Also-
What did he say?
He said, "I'm not sure we even know what a ninja is," and like that's what the whole episode is about. I felt like a ninja should come and slap him at that moment.
I will say I was thoroughly impressed by the amount of ninja and samurai knowledge that Justin Smith has.
Justin has so much. Yeah.
Like, homeboy's from middle of nowhere, Oklahoma, and he just knows this vast wealth of knowledge on ninjas and samurai. Like,
yeah.
I kind of felt like he made it up.
You think so? I don't think he
Did you
did. I think a lot of
No,
that's pretty
'cause
accurate.
he like went on this rant.
No, but it
about, like,
sounded good.
He went on this rant about the differences between ninjas and samurai, and then like half the stuff he said in his rant, Aaron then read off like as facts, like the next moment.
Guess I didn't
And I was
pay
like,
attention.
"Oh my gosh!" You watched it 4 or 5 times, Jen. I don't know how you missed it.
I did. It was on in the background when Chad got into the studio when we went to film this episode, and I was still like, "Oh, I don't remember him saying that."
Golly.
Did anybody look up
ask
that?
you guys this. Look up what?
I was gonna ask if anybody looked up that ad, the Ninja doorbell ad.
Oh no,
No.
I have a
All right,
ninja blender.
Oh. Really? I've
Yeah.
got a Vitamix, so
I press blend, and then the guy from Jin's church was of the samurai sword and just
chopping up your
Hey,
yeah.
ice
he's not
and
from my
fruit.
church, okay? He just happened to bring a sword in. I don't know him.
Oh, he's not.
Not what we heard.
He's
I
not
heard
from
he
my
was a deacon.
church. That's for sure.
I heard he was a deacon. So
All right.
Ninja rapper.
What were you gonna ask, Matt?
All right, you guys are younger. Y'all have always had
Much younger.
computers.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
let me ask
Well-
you this: when Aaron was looking up the pillow thing with the enemy, it went to the screen, it showed something, and he was like searching Wikipedia, and instead of just like skimming the whole thing like I do, somewhere he typed in like the word pillow, and it was like highlighting it, like it took him straight to that portion of the thing, right? How do you do that? I need these Wikipedia ninja skills that Aaron has, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
I don't even know what you're asking.
yeah, what did you say?
When he was searching for it, and they showed the screen during the podcast of his search, when he was reading it off, it's like he had tucked in somewhere to search for just a word within that page or whatever, on that Wikipedia page. And it just highlighted that word or words, and it took
Are you
him right
saying
to
you did
it.
a word search? You push
I
Control
guess.
Alt, and
I
it
don't know.
opens a search box, and you
And it
type
searches
in-
that whole thing?
Yeah. Oh gosh,
Okay,
I feel like I'm
Control
helping my
Alt?
grandpa use the internet.
I'm saying it's like that like blew my mind more than anything Justin had to say about samurai.
Good
I'm
night.
saying, I need to know these skills. And how has Nate never seen Bloodsport?
I've
never
seen
seen
Bloodsport.
any
Oh
of
my
these movies.
gosh. Yeah, but
Oh.
I mean, I'm the same age as Nate. We grew up on Bloodsport. You know, that was
Obviously,
like,
y'all did not grow up on Bloodsport.
oh, yeah, we did.
More importantly, everybody, did you see the
Yeah.
clip Brian posted where it's like a clip of Nate on an earlier episode talking about dances with wolves, dancing with wolves,
Yeah,
and he saw it? Did you
Yeah.
guys see that?
Yeah. I did see it. It was great.
No.
I thought we could do a spinoff, Dances with Worf,
Okay.
a story about Nate's
Nate's
lost
brother.
brother's dancing career.
Oh, gosh.
That was a pre-written joke. I don't
I
think
like it.
Chad got it though. Do you get the Worf reference?
You didn't.
Boo.
No, that was good, Chad. If you hadn't have said it was pre-written, I think I would have enjoyed it just as much.
Thank you. Wait, why are we getting along?
It was a good one.
God.
I liked it.
I'm concerned for the future of this podcast.
So, Samurai?
I don't know
I feel
what
like
this
Samurai
is.
are a little too hotty-toddy, you know.
Too Ole Miss.
So my wife lived in Japan for 5 years.
Whoa.
Oh,
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
And so
She became a samurai?
no, she was young, but let me show you. She her dream job as a child was to be a sumo wrestler.
Did she
And
ever Did she ever wake up with her pillow on the floor?
on her head.
I don't know. These are all good questions. I don't know the answer to them.
Yeah.
But there's a specific picture that I'm trying to find.
I cannot believe. So when you said that your wife lived in Japan, it reminded me that I know someone who lived in Japan. I didn't think to ask them anything about ninjas or samurais.
Well, you missed out
Fail.
Oh,
on a great
sorry,
opportunity.
it's all good. I feel like I got all I needed to know from Justin last week.
Sometimes my brain is just like, you know.
But like when he was describing the precision that samurai like do things with, and I guess the pride they take in their work and everything, I can see that. You know.
It made
I
me
get
think
it.
of Mulan.
Oh
What
my
is
gosh!
that?
That's
Does
my
your
wife.
wife know you're showing that to us right now?
Cover the butt. Oh my gosh.
That was a child
not
butt
his butt.
22 years ago.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Our rating.
so she would hang out with sumo wrestlers at like the local buffet there in Japan. Like her best friend in Japan was a sumo wrestler who was like in his 40s.
It's just like so funny that that's where you go to find a sumo wrestler is at the buffet.
Why are you surprised by that? Like,
I'm not, but I wouldn't have thought like.
yeah, you would have if you truly thought. If I asked
if
you,
somebody is like, "Hey, you're in Japan. Where do you think we can find some sumo wrestlers?" I probably would have said the gym or the park training.
The
And
park?
then, like, no. Think about it. Then maybe I'd picture him out on a lush green park.
no. The first two places I would say, is
practicing
buffet, naturally, and then maybe the gym after that. But like buffet would probably be because they got to keep their figure, They got to keep their.
Yeah.
I don't think those guys are going to the gym. And also, Matt, you did the sumo wrestler thing a little too well. And
hey, I've been a sumo wrestler before.
Oh gosh, I'd love to hear about
Have
it.
you?
Thirdly, Charles looked up at me with the most fear in his eyes I've ever seen when you laughed at that. I think you should know your laugh scares
Oh, the dog.
Your laugh
I'm okay
scares
with that.
dogs.
I would be upset if my laugh didn't scare dogs. To be honest.
So you were a sumo wrestler? Let's hear more about that.
Oh, I mean, it's like an inflatable night. Had a sumo suit, like from The Office.
Who has
Oh,
that?
right.
Youth group.
Exactly.
Youth ministry.
But I mean, I got into it and showed them how it was done.
You were like, I don't need the suit. Let's go.
I was like, you got to slap the inside of your knee. Come on, man, get up here.
Okay.
Warlords. I kind of thought it was funny they started talking about warlords, and they didn't know what it was. I'm telling you, all my knowledge for this subject came from the movie Mulan. So that's the only thing I've ever seen.
Great film.
I've never seen.
Great film.
Yeah. Very accurate.
In my opinion, one of the best Disney soundtracks ever.
Who is that girl I see?
Never seen.
Okay, that's not one of the songs I was referencing.
Never seen it.
But also a good song. I was talking about like I'll Make a Man Out of You is a great one. Girl Worth Fighting For. Like, oh man. So many good ones.
Good. Real good.
Yeah, never seen it.
Hey, Hunter, no one has said that, but Hunter says, I seem to remember someone saying that the sumo suit match needs to happen between Chad and Matt.
I'd pay to see it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's all
I
we
wanna
can pay
tell
to go
you,
to Nashville,
I'd
Matt.
rig it.
I
That's,
think Chad would kill me. You would what?
I'd
that's
rig
how
it.
we're going to pay to go to Nashville is
She'd rig it.
how would you
I think we get the sumo suits. We meet up at, a buffet somewhere. Let's go
Waffle
to
House.
CC's. Waffle House
Waffle
not a
House.
buffet.
I
I don't want to
yet.
get stuck in the syrup.
Waffle House might as
Like,
well be a buffet.
fall on the floor and I can't get up because my sumo suit's stuck to syrup.
Well, you
then
might
you lose.
have that problem anyway.
Or the cook would get cigarette ashes on the suit.
He would
I'd get a
ash.
hole in it and I would lose my deposit.
He would ash on you
Yeah.
laying on the ground stuck with syrup.
Exactly.
Oh my!
That's funny.
Do the
Gosh.
cooks at Waffle House still smoke? Or can you not smoke in there anymore?
You can't smoke in there. New laws. I actually remember when that law was passed, or whatever. I don't know if it was a law,
That you
but
can't smoke in
Wow.
Waffle House?
that you can't
Yeah.
smoke in restaurants. When I was a
Waffle
kid,
House isn't a
you
restaurant.
still do that.
Exactly. Because they don't serve food.
It's a house.
It's Waffle Home.
Made of waffles.
It's a house. It's not a restaurant.
Somebody-
It's a house.
This is my
It's so
home.
funny.
How
It's
dare
like at their house. Yeah. They just charge you to come sit on this uncomfortable stool.
I just
feel at home when I go there.
Friends,
Yeah.
always paying for their meals.
Yeah.
Who doesn't have a bunch of booths in their house?
Our old record player, jukebox,
It's true.
and people come
It's
over
true.
to my house all hours of the night. So there's that.
Yeah.
Man.
I would say that like the closest thing that I've seen, like I'm trying to think like ninja movies I've saw like growing up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I watched all the Jean-Claude Van Damme movies growing up.
Well, see, I was a big Rush Hour fan. Like I really enjoyed Rush Hour.
Okay.
Like those were all really good.
So you're a Jackie Chan dude.
Oh yeah, I mean that was our generation, Matt.
Yeah.
I know that you're a little before us, but
No, Jackie Chan was still.
Chuck Norris.
Oh yeah, Chuck Norris.
Ooh. Guys, I just
So-
think
The
the
Chuck Norris
ninja
stuff.
samurai stuff is a
My
whole
dad
genre
was
to
on-
geek out in.
Walker Texas Ranger a couple times.
What's
True story.
the movie Kill Bill? Does that count?
Yeah.
I would. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Or like
fighting with
does,
samurai
I've seen
swords.
does Charlie's Angels have ninjas? I feel like it
Some
did.
ninja stuff
I mean,
in that.
they're doing Lucy Liu is in
There's
it.
some ninja
so-
stuff. Hey,
Well,
well,
just because she's Asian doesn't mean she's a
They were-
ninja, Matt.
No, but she was doing all the karate moves, the martial arts stuff.
that's true. And then of
Have
course
you-
Beverly Hills Ninja, of course.
Beverly Hills Ninja is probably the best ninja movie.
I would not say that, but
Dude, it is so good. I had that. No, is the wrong word. I have that soundtrack. So good. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Epic.
Sick.
Good
So
one.
great.
Man, we are killing it on this topic.
Yeah.
I thought
I don't know much about this one.
if Nate wants to learn martial arts, which he expressed a desire, which guys, remember when we were talking about wrestling? I said that I couldn't stand it because it was just a bunch of guys rolling around on the ground with each other. That's basically what Nate said
Mhm.
about martial arts this week. So I felt very validated.
Well, he said
in
he didn't want to do that. Yeah.
that. Yeah.
He did. If he studied it, he doesn't want to do like the judo
That's what I'm
type
saying.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu stuff. Yeah. No, I agree that he's backing you up on that for sure.
Yeah.
But there's
But
other forms of martial arts that
Taekwondo.
Well, so funny enough, the Saturday before we go to Nashville, I'm going to my best friend's Muay Thai tournament. He's competing in the Muay Thai tournament.
really
What's Muay Thai?
Yeah.
that sounds spicy. You better
Sounds like yeah, Thai
bring some
food.
milk along. Yeah.
We're going from our
Like-
baby shower to a
Give that
Muay
man
Thai
some
tournament.
milk.
So
like
it'll be a
it's
fun
like
time.
it's really good Thai food. It's Muay
Muay.
Thai.
Muay Thai.
If I can mute both of y'all for the rest of this podcast,
You would have nothing to say.
That Muay Thai is caliente.
Oh, you can mute him. You can go ahead and just.
No, don't mute me.
I've already muted him once this podcast. So.
Have you really? That's why y'all didn't hear what I said.
No, we didn't mute you. I couldn't agree more with Nate on Wikipedia asking for money. So annoying. It's like if I'm going to pay you money, maybe you could at least vet your sources. Maybe you could be a credible source that I could use.
You know, in Wikipedia's defense, they do a lot of they do a lot of hosting work for all of us to go and learn stuff. So there's a lot of work put into that. Maybe they should get a couple bucks here and there. You know, maybe we start asking people to pay us for Folkland.
I definitely think
just
we
kidding.
should.
Just kidding, guys.
Just put don't worry about a big ad over 3/4 of the video. It's like
we've got $100 worth of mugs nobody's ever seen to pay for.
Because nobody has seen the mugs yet, Jen.
That's what
no
I
one
said.
has seen them. Because you're hoarding them all to yourself.
I just lay there in bed at night and I'm like, look at all these mugs. Beautiful mugs. All mine.
Our boy
Hunter
Hunter Taylor said he will not be the first investor in Folkland. And I understand.
Yeah. Completely.
Well, we thought you were Team Matt, but apparently
it's you two. Not. It's you two he can't get on board with, really. He is Team
we're
Matt.
A package
sure.
deal,
Hunter has expressed that. Hey,
him, Matt.
Well,
I will say,
I need you guys to convince him.
I will say, I think
part.
the first ever sight of the Folkland mugs will probably be when we all get together in person to do an episode.
Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna prove you. By the way, I don't even know how that is gonna work, but we should talk about that later.
Jen, don't worry about it. You know how good we are at technology.
Yeah,
we're so good at technology.
We got it all figured out.
We have no idea what we're gonna do.
The last thing I have here is don't say nice stuff to comics.
Yeah.
I relate to this.
Don't say nice stuff or don't say funny stuff.
Nice stuff. Because Nate was talking about when Justin said something that was like, you know, he had like said something about congratulations, man, about the Grammys. And
oh yeah.
Nate was like, oh, Justin, I told you about this. You know, they were just talking about like it's hard to give a sincere compliment to a comedian because they can't really take it. And then he had me in the red rock under his hat or whatever.
Oh yeah. Well, then Aaron talked about talked about his buddy who was in his wedding with him. He's like, "Hey man, I just want you to know like how honored I am to be part of your big day." And he was like, "What?" like
weird, dude.
Dude, I can't take you serious.
Yeah, like what do I say to that?
One last thing I have. Go ahead.
Nope.
Oh, I was just gonna say, can you guys relate to that? I really had to work on that, like being sincere and taking things well.
Even now, like when us three talk in like our group message, like none of y'all can ever be serious.
I'm
usually serious, I think.
Well, when I'm serious, let me just tell the world this. When I'm serious, Matt craps all over it. I come out and I'm like, guys,
that's true.
I've got this thing going on in my life. And Matt's like, you're an idiot, or just says some kind of joke. And then Chad's over here like,
I don't recall that.
That's insensitive. And I can't believe.
Well, do you know who we should ask about this?
Yeah.
On the receiving end of it.
Yeah,
I think we should ask Vincent Gonzaba his opinion. Vincent, do you think that Jen can ever be serious? That's the real question.
I'm going to be serious with you right now.
As the biggest anti-President Jen person, Vincent, what is your thoughts? Can we take her seriously? Is she fit for office?
Flower, guys. I have emotions and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe
you should break down some of these barriers you have to
What is
up
going
as
on? Is
coping
it the Dr. Phil
mechanisms
show?
so that whenever you are sensitive, then we're like, oh, that's good, Jen. Instead of like, oh, she's probably joking because this is a text message and you can't understand inflection.
Wait, are you
So let
gaslighting
me
me?
just
Are
joke
you doing what
back.
the kids call gaslighting right now, Matt? Trying to convince me I'm the problem?
I don't know what that means.
I knew you would.
Yeah,
That's why I said
is that what gaslighting is? Yeah.
I think. I don't know.
Anyway, I'm glad you
Chad,
brought that up, Debbie Downer. Good
Chad, we're
night.
talking about how it's hard to be serious, and you're the one taking this the most serious over there.
Yeah.
Y'all over here doing a Philland. Got Dr. Phil going on.
Well, it happens, you know. You got to work these things out.
Vincent says, I literally just started watching, so I have no idea what's going on. Me neither, Vincent.
What a time! What a time to come
You
in,
didn't-
Vincent. What a time to go in.
Matt,
Well, let's tell
I will
Vincent,
tell you-
ISIS is not palindromic.
ISIS.
tell me.
It's ISIS.
ISIS. It's
ISIS.
not palindromic, Aaron. Learn what a palindrome is.
I didn't
That's all I
even
got.
know. I didn't
the
even
last
know
thing.
what that meant or cared about it. But
Yeah.
hey, I was trying to
You
tell
lost
you
me,
something.
folks. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Remember when Justin talked about that rock
It's like,
that grows like a rose at the end of the podcast? You remember that?
vaguely remember this.
Oh God! You
Go
guys are
ahead.
the worst.
Tell your story about it.
I mean, if you don't remember, what's the point? It's the whole thing, the whole bit.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh yeah, the
Either
rose
way.
rock. Yeah. Of course we are. Tell your story. Good night.
Tell the story, Jen.
Golly.
Doesn't matter if we heard it or not. It's part of Folkland now.
Yeah.
You got to tell it.
If just because we haven't doesn't mean all of the listeners, both of them, don't
I was
remember
just
this.
y'all, you just need to trust me when I tell you I'm letting it go, because my questions were, have you ever seen that rock? Do you know if that rock is real? What did you think about Justin's joke? If you don't remember it, I'm not going to ask you those questions.
Well, what was his joke about it? Maybe I do remember.
Oh my God. He said
So,
he was going to bring the red rose rock to
well, it's the state rock of
Nate.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, thank you for Googling that. So
You're welcome. I got you.
he said he was going to bring it to Nate and Aaron, but he was like, but obviously not with how you receive, the nice things, the touchy-feely things I have to say. I'm not going to bring you a rock. So then he was saying something at the end about how he was, saying, oh man, thank you, or great job on the Grammys. And then Nate was like just doing a bit about like Justin, I told you not to do that here. And then he takes off his hat and there's like a rose rock under it. You don't remember that?
Mm-mm.
It's the last time I pay somebody
Was
to
it
write
on this
material
week's?
for me.
Was that on this week's episode?
Yes.
Uh,
Good night. I think we've expired.
I'll rewatch it.
Anywho,
Yeah. We probably
Yeah.
should have wrapped this up 10 minutes ago.
all right, folks.
At that, it had only been 20 minutes too long.
I just remembered something though. They did address the weight loss challenge like 17 minutes in. And last week I was like,
Yeah.
I bet you they'll never bring it up again. And it was like,
Oh, yeah.
But we had
But
we had
Brian hasn't been there, so to your
That's
point,
true. We had some buzz about the taco eating contest
Mm.
in the
Oh
group.
yeah. Some lady's like works for a catering company that caters tacos, right?
Wait, what? I didn't see
Whoa.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's gonna be in Nashville. I think you said, can I judge? And you said sure. Or something like that.
It's official
I
now.
don't even.
I mean, I don't really know like what we need to judge for. Just someone counting.
Yeah.
But
But you wanna
Yeah.
if you're
I
you
wanna win
drop
this
half of it on your plate and don't eat it, you can't count that as you ate it.
Fair.
As Vincent Gonzalo points out, apparently I've changed my hair 5 times on this podcast, which I have no clue what he's talking about.
I said
But
earlier, I was like, Jen, your hair looks different. It looks lighter tonight.
it's not.
And
I
you were like,
don't
the lighting's different.
do colors to my hair. I don't do anything to it.
Me neither.
Yeah,
Oh,
Matt,
you
we
couldn't
know.
tell.
We know.
I don't know where we're gonna have a taco eating contest in Nashville. I hope there's some folks out there who know what's going on.
I think we do it at
Nashvillians.
we do it at the Taco Bell or wherever we end up doing it.
Yeah, you do it at the restaurant, but do you want to
We
do
just
it?
pack it full of
Taco
folks.
Bell?
Just everyone who wants to come watch it. We just
Yeah.
all meet there after the show.
They're like, throwing 20s down.
Hey, Hunter Taylor said, Lady Bird Taco in downtown Nashville
There you go.
is where Hunter said we should go.
Spend a bunch of money on tacos. That sounds like a
Yeah,
trendy
that's true.
place.
So Jack in the
It does
Box it
sound like
is.
it's true.
All right,
Yeah. Oh, I will
I've never
crush
been
some
there.
Jack in the Box tacos.
bro.
Never
They
been
are
You've
there.
never
the
been to
best
Jack in the Box?
and
Never
the
been
worst.
to Del Taco.
Oh.
Never been to any other taco place.
Del
other-
Taco's not very good.
Oh, good. I almost went there today, but I was like, can't trust it. I like to
Yeah,
know, like when I
I
go
would say
to a
not very
place, I
good.
like to know it's gonna be good. I have a hard time if I go somewhere and try something new and it's not good. I just get so aggravated. It's like, ooh,
Have y'all heard of Torchy's tacos?
Oh, yeah.
those are the best tacos
Phenomenal.
in the world.
Phenomenal.
Torches is good, but you
But
can't eat. You couldn't do a taco eating contest there.
I would say the only place that compares is Tacos for Life, which is also phenomenal.
Is that a cat?
Never heard of it.
And if you're not familiar, that's not my cat, Matt. Is that one of your
I
kids?
don't have a cat. No, I don't have a cat.
Tacos for Life.
Probably one of my kids.
They put like they give majority of their like revenue to missions. So it's kind of a cool thing.
Yeah.
I like to
Do you
eat.
think they cut us a deal on bulk tacos?
Probably not.
Well, forget them
Unless-
then.
Unless
Are
we
you
go and do
asking
the mission work for free.
for personal reasons or for the eating contest, Matt?
Oh, I'm not
Yes.
part of the eating contest.
You're not?
Yeah, it's you and me, Jen.
No, it's y'all.
Guys,
I mean, I might eat some tacos, but
in my mind, this isn't even a real thing that's going to happen. Like, it's still pretty fake up here. It's just an idea.
No,
you know?
it's happening.
are you talking
You-
about
you-
the taco eating contest or meeting in Nashville to watch the Nateland live?
Both of them. I think that's how my brain
Yeah.
works. It's like,
Well, Jen,
that's not going to happen until it
you
happens.
publicly challenged me. You publicly challenged me to an eating contest.
What's your source on
Like,
that?
Yeah, sure. We have it on Folkland, episode
we have it on
2
video.
or 3.
I'd still do it. I remember I felt that way when I met Nate.
Good.
hey, Matt, Jody just roasted you, by the way,
What
in the
did she
comment
say?
section. She goes,
What did
they
she
give
say?
to missions and you want a discount? Jesus is watching.
That's the joke, Jody. Good night.
Jesus,
that's
what do you have
the
to say
joke.
about that?
You
Oh
set
my
yourself up
gosh.
like it's not.
I'm glad she caught the joke I made.
Let's see what Jesus has to say about this. Jesus?
Oh, because he's got the painting on the wall.
Did you hear him?
Oh,
He's
Jesus does not talk like that.
not-
Golly.
Okay, if we need any more like proof that we need to end this thing right now, that might be.
Ugh. Good night, folks.
Jesus has a Mickey Mouse voice. Are you kidding me? I'm
It does
out.
look like Fantasia Jesus, by the way.
Fantasia
I mean,
Jesus.
Look at that picture, man. Come on.
Oh,
Look
my
at it.
Lanta. Thank you,
Just
Jody, for
saying.
this ending, this crash
Ugh.
landing that we have going on.
This is the worst. All right. I got to get off
All
of
right,
here.
I'm out. Let's go, folks. We'll see y'all next week.
Go, folks.
Yeah. Guess my middle name.